The thing with aphasia is you lose language. Not anything to do with speech, anything to do with, little things. It's losing the language. And when you get that, it permeates through everything.
Every 11 minutes, at least 3 people will have a stroke, one of whom will have aphasia. And it could happen to you tomorrow. We have met a large number of people who've had very high-flown jobs, who have had stroke at the peak of their careers. People working in the city are 40% more likely to have a stroke than people perhaps in other jobs. Connect works with people with aphasia to reconnect with life, because aphasia has such profound impact on people's lives and indeed on the lives of those people around them.
He was about to become senior partner in a firm of chartered surveyors in London. His recreation was to go out on his boat. He had a small yacht, which we kept here at Whitstable.
About 10 years or 12 years ago, right, after up the mountain, skiing, France, and it happens in the brain. It's not like it used to be. So I can't speak properly, I can't read, and on this side generally it's not so good.
I suppose we'd always seen Dad as the person who was really in charge, the person who was the father figure. And then suddenly Mum took that role on.
He was frantic. Frantic to be able to know when he could get back to work.
I suppose running through every issue, every client's issues are a sense of loss, really. To almost in a stroke lose so much so suddenly. Being unable to communicate is just, and I know from personal experience, is devastating.
What? What? And I can't. God. Yes.
Mum was always very sporty, kind of going at 100 miles an hour all the time, playing hockey, coaching cricket. She was a deputy head at a school for children with special needs.
I was downstairs at the time Mum had the stroke. I think you had to run and get the phone because she collapsed upstairs. Her face was kind of sloping down, and then her arm she didn't quite have full movement in her arm, but I think the main thing was her speech.
We were put in touch with Connect. Well, that was their lifeline, really. It gave Robert purpose each week, a couple of days a week, got up, went off, and was independent. And he obviously benefited from it tremendously as well, from the therapy they had and the groups they had.
She was completely dependent on Ross and I. She couldn't talk, she couldn't walk, she couldn't communicate. She just felt like, what was the point? Connect gave her kind of an outlet where she felt that she was normal and not kind of on her own and isolated.
People with aphasia serve on our board, on advisory groups. They're outside working with the stroke strategy. They're running groups, they're befriending, they're training. They're doing many things and taking on active roles as active citizens within Connect.
Oh yeah, we have the conversation group. Photography is run by a person with aphasia. The music group.
They found ways to kind of get away from their lack of language and find other ways which they could express themselves in.
When you say things that you do have an impact on the people with aphasia, that's magic. Yeah.
now that Connect has kind of gotten her really involved in, you know, helping people with the same problems she had, it's really given her something, kind of a drive again, which, you know, was the thing that kind of really motivated her and made her who she was before she had her stroke.
Connect really did put everything together for us. They were like the pieces of the puzzle all came in when Connect joined, because his confidence was just, you know, it soared, I think, with Connect, definitely.
This is life. You see other, I don't know where to go, but other things, they dwell on the downside of aphasia. This is not that. This is the upside of people with aphasia, you know, and I love it. Yeah.